Hello everyone, this is Johannes.
And this is Cinema.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we're taking a look at Chronicles of Crime 1400.
We are! That is this box right here. This is the new standalone game in the Chronicles of Crime series.
Yes.
So first we had Chronicles of Crime with a couple of expansions to that, and now they have made the Millennium series. The Millennium series, which was on Kickstarter last year, and these are 3 standalone games. It's the 1400 and I think it's 19 and 2400, which are coming out, and this is 1400, where we go back to the Middle Ages, and we are a knight with magical visions that can see into the future and dream. He has this truth dreaming. He's dreaming about things that will happen in the future or might already have happened because he's like clairvoyant kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Chronicles of Crime. This is a review. We're not going to show much of this game because we can't show it on the cards, but
all the spoilers. So
Yes.
we're not going to do that.
We're not going to do
Just
that.
going to talk what we think about it. So if you don't want to know anything, just go watch something else.
Yes, first of all, important thing, this is not an expansion, this is a standalone game. I think I already said that, but
Yes.
just to make it clear. That means that you can buy this in the shop, or you can steal it from the shop, you can buy it online, you can take it from a friend, you can borrow it from a friend, you can
never
buy
give
it
it
from a
back.
friend, you can trade it with a friend, you can buy it from someone who's not a friend, you can buy it from random people, or you can steal it from a child. You can get it from a friendly local game store and not friendly local game store, or a friendly game store that's not local to you, that's far away. You can basically get it from everywhere you want to, but anyway, where you get it, you will be able to play it. That's kind of the thing I wanted to say there. So this is Chronicles of Crime. If you have not played Chronicles of Crime, it is a game where you will be using an app. It's an app-driven game to scan cards and ask different persons about different things to find out about usually a murder or something in the like. We're not going to go into what the stories are in this box, but they're usually people dying and you need to find out why, how, and where. Maybe about when in time, if it was time travel,
The murderer,
if somebody
the killer.
who killed them,
Yes.
why they killed them, if it was with a flask, if it was with a sword, maybe they used a gun, maybe they used a car, something like that. That is kind of what you're trying to do.
Maybe they have an accomplice. Yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe if they used
Okay.
pills,
Yeah.
if there was
Pillows.
a cat, if
Yes.
they drowned them, if they hanged them,
Okay.
if somebody fell out of a window.
Did you mention it is an app-driven game?
It's an app-driven game,
Yes.
and it's kind of strange because we have reviewed, we did a playthrough of the, or we did not do a playthrough, but we played the prototype of this, so we did a preview for that. We also reviewed Chronicles of Crime when that came out.
Yes.
So we have total lot of Chronicles of Crime. So if you want to see some of that content, you can click it when it arrives, and just gonna be like, boom, it's there, boom, it's there, boom, it's there.
Bam.
So I like Chronicles of Crime. I had positive things to say about it. I had negative things to say about Chronicles of Crime. And all of those things mostly still stand for me, so we can go through them. But what do you want to say?
I just want to say that what I originally thought of Chronicles of Crime has changed.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ta-da!
So what did you originally like? So very quickly, what did you originally think? Instead of people having
we
to
got the
pause
first.
it and
We got the first Chronicle of Crime, the original,
Yes.
at the same time as Detective.
Yes.
And Detective was like top notch for me. It gave me chills. It was this amazing. I don't want to say murder mystery, but
Experience.
crime solving. It felt like
you
a
could
series.
solve crimes, you could eat donuts, you could sit in a car, you could be
could
at a
wait.
laundromat, you
Okay,
could wait,
yeah,
you can eat
but-
pizza.
But so then, the Chronicles of Crime wasn't my favorite of the two,
Yes.
and it felt a little. I still liked it.
Yes.
But all of it was so open. I just felt like I was scrambling around. Or I can ask everyone about everything. But since then, I feel like they have improved the game,
Yep.
and now I also know what to expect.
Yes.
So then it has bumped up a few places for me.
Okay, yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree with you. I think that the things I like about it, like the app works flawlessly. That is amazing. The app works still very well. You can scan it. I'm trying to scan because you can either have auto scan, which I don't like because then you're probably going to scan something you don't want to scan.
Yeah.
But I like you just hold a picture and it will scan. I like that because you can scan it upside down. You can scan it from an angle. You can scan it from pretty far away. It's a very well used app. And
Oh, yeah.
the QR code scanner is working very, very well. And I love that. And also in the app, like the app is basically, I have nothing bad to say about the app. The app also had the where you look at the room, so you can do that either with like VR glasses that you can get, or you can just look at it and it's 360, so you can look up and down and try to find out and see what's in there. That's kind of like one of the main things you do in the game, is to find clues and you find different things that you then can use to ask people about and solve the cases with that. The thing in the app, like if I can say something negative about the app, usually I'm the one sitting and reading about the app. I think kind of the text, like you have the background and everything is very nice, and the text is kind of boring. I don't know if there's anything they could have done about it, but it's kind of makes it kind of a textbook text. Like there's the font kind of, it's very easy to read and very clear, readable. And I understand that, but it's kind of boring. Like they haven't done anything different with the text since, like, this is the Middle Ages. I don't want it to be like calligraphy. That would be very hard to read, but maybe they could have done something to make it a bit more thematic about that. It's like a small little thing, but it's one thing that I wanted to say because I think about it when I'm sitting with the app. So, beside the app, one thing I did not like about Chronicles of Crime, which is one of the most positive things about Chronicles of Crime for many people and for the system, but is one of the most negative things for me. And that is that you have 30 persons in the game, and in one scenario, a person can be this guy. And then in the next scenario, that same portrait is a completely different person. And that would be fine if you maybe play the game and then half a year later you play the game, or if you have a very bad memory and you play it the next day and you're like, oh, I don't remember anything. But now when you play it, like if you want to play it and you play it like 2 times in a day, or if you play it one day and then the next day or 2 days later, you will, for me, that's a hassle. Not a hassle, but it kind of drags me out of the theme, because I can just sit and remember, oh, but who is that now? Is that the one from last night? Oh no, she is that person now,
because
not that person.
Because you're making like associations to a face.
Yes.
And you have like certain, it's only a game, but still you have then negative and positive associations towards that person. And when that person changes role, sometimes then you're like, wait, what? So I agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't like it that either. I see what I've tried to do, but I don't like it personally.
Because the reason I did it is that I can have fewer of them and then more cases. So in this box, there's going to be 4 cases. There's only 3 of them plus a tutorial that we have available so far. We did not play the tutorial, but we played the other 3 cases. 1 when we played the prototype and 2 more now.
Yes.
And if there's only going to be 4 cases in this, then I think maybe they should have made maybe 10 more portraits and may not use the same ones. So have maybe like 15 in each of the scenarios. So then you could have 60 cards. I know that's going to be more expensive to make, because that's double the amount of artwork for the face. I understand that it will probably make the game more expensive to buy because of that. But for me personally, that would have made the game better.
Yeah.
So with that out of the way, let's talk about the stories. How do you feel like about the stories? Do you feel that they are engaging, good, bad, horrible, amazing? Do they make you happy? Do they make you sad? They can make you feel great.
So the stories on Chronicles of Crime, I feel like they've always been very solid, and I feel like this in this box as well. I have some favorites that I was the most like engaged with and thought was the most exciting. But I had like a fun time and was invested in the story in all the scenarios we played in this box. I like kind of the setting that we're going back in time, and we're having these clairvoyant images as these hints to maybe who we should talk to and maybe about what. I think that is cool, and I also really like, we talked about this in our first impression of the prototype as well, that I really like the dog that you have.
Yes.
That you can make him sniff some object that you found at a scene, and he can maybe take you to a place or a person, or tell you some information based on his behavior.
Yes, so that is one of the big changes, one of the changes of the gameplay. The other one is the vision cards.
Yes.
And that kind of feels like it is a built-in hint system in some kind of strange way, because you get some vision cards at the beginning of the game, because you wake up from a dream and you have seen some things, and those are the cards you're going to put out on the table. And you look at them in the beginning and be like, I don't know what any of that mean. And then when you see more and more of the game, or more of the understand more and more those visuals, because there are not a lot of visuals any other places in the game, except for like of course the persons and the place or looking around at the room. So these are kind of helping you visually put together what happened, like
I really like that.
the events, like the how the events unfolded, and that is a very nice thing. It makes it a bit easier to understand. Maybe like, oh no, I feel I know everything, but I haven't seen these 3 cards, and maybe you need to look about something else, or maybe something in the background will tell you which place to go to talk to somebody or something like that. And I really like that.
I agree.
Because, as you said, the game was a bit open.
Yeah.
Because, like, the difference from this to Mythos Tales, to Sherlock, to Consulting Detective, is because it's basically the same kind of game. You are going somewhere, reading something, choosing where to go, going there, reading something, choosing where to go, until you want to solve the case, and you solve the case. Of course, the app, and I like that they have used it more here. They're not going to say what happened, but like there can be things happening that's out of your control during because of the app.
And it's also a lot more visual than just reading text in Consulting Detective, for example.
I don't agree. That's what we talked about earlier, because it is the text, but it's more bite-sized, and that it's very helpful here. It's less reading, which is very good. Many people didn't like Detective because it has a lot of reading. This is less reading.
Oh, yeah, okay. What I meant is like that you have a location that you can see, and also people. I think that is more visual.
I agree with that. But the biggest difference is that you can ask people for specific things.
Yes.
In those kind of open a book and read, you're just like, we're gonna go there, and you open and you like, you knock at the door, you ask about the dog. Like, no, that's not why I wanted to go there. I want to ask about this thing. They say they don't know anything about the dog. I don't want to ask about the dog. I want to ask about this thing that they probably know something about, and then you can't. And that is one thing that is a very positive thing in this game, and I agree with you that they have made it better now, because it's not, and you're not ending up with like 60 different items.
Yeah.
And then you can scan, because if you get stuck in this game, it's kind of hard, because you end up having to ask persons about a lot of things, but it's not a problem now. I feel like it's clearer.
Yeah, more polished than it was before.
Absolutely.
They've improved it, absolutely.
Other stories, like I asked you about the stories, and then I went into the other vision cards because you talked about the dog. I think that they're pretty, like, it's of the 3 stories we played, one was amazing for me. It was very good. It made me very intrigued. It made me feel clever. It made me feel, oh, that's nice, that's neat, oh, that's a cool thing that happened.
Yeah.
The other 2 were more straightforward.
Yeah.
And that also happened in the new Detective Season 1 that we also talked about. I like it when it's more intricate. I like it when I feel like I have to solve something more than just, I'm not saying that it's true. Maybe what I'm saying is that they feel kind of like the stories are a bit straightforward. And I like them more when they're like, boom, do like that.
Yeah, I don't mean, I kind of agree with you.
And for many people that might not be negative.
That this story is too simple.
No,
but maybe
and not bad.
The way it's told, because sometimes the way that you get to know a twist or something is the way that you're, whoa, what's happening here? I don't know. And
that's of course because in this game it's not a railroad. It's not, don't, some things you have to do this before that, but you don't have to go to this place, go to this place, go to this place. So sometimes it might be the way you experience the story. So somebody else might experience the same story in a completely different way because they do something in different order. And that might also, of course, be my feeling of one scenario is better than the other. But just to close on the scenarios, I think that they are good in this one. I'm looking forward to play the last one, and I think I actually will play the last one of this box when it is in the app.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do you think this is a good introduction to Chronicles of Crime? If I never played that before, could I start with this?
Absolutely. There's a tutorial. This is going to be cheaper probably than buying the box. I do not remember the price. I'm sorry for that. But it's 4 cases, so you have a whole kind of you have 4 different things plus a tutorial. I think it's just fun, and it's made to not. You don't have to read rules. You just open it, play the tutorial, and you're in the game.
Love that. Because I think I like this better than the original.
I do it by a far. Yeah.
I also, if that is allowed to say, I would rather buy this than Detective Season 1.
Yes. I agree.
I think this is a more this is, if Detective Season 1 was more like the detective that I really love and adore, no question, but it isn't.
Nope.
So then I would buy this because this is amazing.
You think it's amazing?
Yeah, to be Chronicles of Crime, I really
think it's been better. Like, you think they have taken what they learned and make it better.
I really think that this box has made me really like Chronicles of Crime again.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So is there anything you want to add, or should we do some final thoughts? Because we have talked about the differences, we have talked about the stories, we have talked about what we think about the system. again. So yeah, I think we've been through like the most important things. The artwork is amazing. That's like a side note. I like the artwork a lot here on the characters, on the cards. I mean on the locations and all that. So that's nice. So let's do some final thoughts. Do you want to begin?
I can begin. I like this a lot. I think it gives me what I expect of Chronicles of Crime. So if you like Chronicles of Crime or like just story puzzles, crime solving, like this murder mystery games, I think this is definitely one you should check out. This has lifted up the Chronicles of Crime for me personally. There's still some things that I think could have been done better, but there's a lot to like here as well. So I'm going to give it a 7.
Cool.
I really like it.
I like it a lot. Like, this isn't my favorite genre of games, which is always like co-op games. It's hard to get me into playing, but I like storytelling games. I like the stories here. Especially one of the scenarios was really, really good and made me very happy to play. I like the differences they have made. I like the upgrades. It feels like a polished, better version of Chronicles of Crime.
Yes.
I am looking forward to play the next 2 in the series.
Yeah.
I'm also going to give it a 7. I think it's a very good game. If this is like your jam, if this is what you're doing, then you'll probably like it a lot more. But I think a 7 is a good score. I like it a lot. Thank you so much for watching. That's the end of the review, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Sunniva.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.